Starting an e-commerce business in 2022 is challenging. That's why today I'm going to be sharing 5 things that you need to know before you start your online business. These are the things that I wish I knew back then in 2018 when I first started, because it would have made my life a lot easier. Like a lot easier. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jandy Cerezo. I'm a successful e-commerce owner, an investor, and most importantly, a dad. I drop weekly videos on finance, investing, e-commerce, and drop shipping. Now, just before I share the 5 things, let's have a look at the e-commerce trends right now. The e-commerce space right now has so much opportunities, as most of you would know. You can see in this graph that people doing retail or physical stores are transitioning into e-commerce year by year. And it's just gonna continue to do so because of how easy it is for customers such as yourselves or consumers to buy online and receive the product. As well as the COVID actually enhanced this experience. 2 years ago when COVID started, a lot of people doing physical stores or retail stores had to close their business down because obviously the government told them to shut their business down and they had no choice. So what business owners that owns physical stores have to do is to make sure that they continue their business through selling online. Like I said, opportunity in the e-commerce is vast. I'll give you guys examples. A lot of people are transitioning into this space, such as your favorite YouTuber, Mr. Beast, selling merch. And you can also see Amazon right now doing and offering one-day shipping, which is pretty crazy. No one has ever done that before, but then consumers are so used to buying online that most e-commerce owners have to think of ways to improve customer experience. Now we can also have a look at different payment processors. Before, you can just pay through your credit card and that's it. Now you have Afterpay, you have Klarna that offer split payments. You know, you can split your payments between 4 to 6 times across 2 months period, which is completely insane. And the main reason why people are doing e-commerce right now is because of barrier to entry. The barrier to entry is really low with e-commerce. You can start with dropshipping, or you can do Amazon FBA. You can use Shopify to create your store in less than 2 hours. That's how easy it is right now. The first point is you have to make sure you select your niche and understand your customers. Just because you're selling a product doesn't mean you know who your audiences are. You need to do proper market research. And to do this, you have to take it step by step, okay? You have to do proper market research. If you do your research properly, then you're taking out the guesswork. You can actually find out if your customers you're targeting are interested in your product by looking at your competitors, looking at the reviews, feedbacks from other shops, from an online community. Take all of those and make sure you understand who your customers are. This is gonna give you the competitive advantage and making sure that you save a lot of effort and money by taking out the guesswork. I'll give you guys an example of how I would select a niche. When I select a niche, I would actually go to a sub-niche, but within a sub-niche. So it's almost like a sub-niche. So to clarify that, an example is you go into a pet niche. That is the big niche, and the sub-niche would be dogs. The sub-niche would be the custom harness. That would be my ideal niche, because that means you don't have to compete against the bigger guys in the big market in the niche side, and you also don't have to compete with the sub-niche guys, because in fact that's still about 10 million up to 100 million audiences within that sub-niche. So you have to go a little deeper, which will make it easier for you to sell to that customer as long as you are doing proper market research. Again, understanding your audience and doing proper customer research by going to competitors, their online store, their online community, reading feedbacks, comments, reviews, all of that stuff. You have to get all of those and make sure that you speak the audience's language. This is going to give you the huge competitive advantage. Now let's move on to the second point, which is MVP. Now most people would think of MVP as most valuable player, like Kobe Bryant. But no, in the business side of things, it's called minimum viable product. If you don't know what that is, that's pretty much where you build something which is just the core of that business. For example, you just build a simple store where you don't have to think about the brand story too much, or adding reviews, or adding all of the functionalities at once. You just have to make sure that the product is working. That's what minimum viable product is. It's the least effort that you can do to produce a product which you'll be able to test and get data from. Don't aim for perfection, aim for functionality. The reason why people use this is because you're gonna save a lot of money and effort again by doing this. You don't have to spend a lot of effort on building something that is extravagant, something that's like Amazon. You don't have to build that. You just simply have to build this minimum viable product which you can market out and get data from. Once you start getting data, then you start improving your product, getting reviews from customers, getting feedbacks from your colleagues or from your friends or families on how you can improve your site or your product. That is the most important thing you can do right now to save money and time and effort. And another reason why you should apply MVP is this is gonna allow you to adapt as you go. You know how technology is forever changing and you have to pivot with it. The slower you pivot, the faster you will kill your business. So you pivot to stay alive and survive in this era, especially in the e-commerce space. Now let's move on to the next point, which is customer experience. The first thing I want to talk about here is understanding the customer journey and understanding where your customer is at. By understanding your customer, you'll be able to create this personalized experience towards your customers, which means they'll be able to emotionally attach to your brand, which will enhance your success of selling to them. First, understand the customer journey. So in the customer journey, you have awareness, consideration, purchase, delivery, product and service, and then loyalty or retention. So if you know where your customer is at this point, you'll be able to cater to them and understand, okay, this is what I had to give to this person. For example, in the awareness stage, this is where people are just starting to get to know your brand. How are you gonna get them to go to the consider phase? And one of the best ways to do that is make sure you do your advertising properly. That's where they get aware and they will consider going to your website and then purchase from you and then so forth. So understand the customer journey and make sure that you apply this to your strategy right now. Now, as we move on to the customer experience, we also have the shopping experience. This is when they land on your website before they purchase. You have to make it easier for them. For example, in Amazon, you just search up a product, you click on that product listing, read the product description, you get emotionally attached to that, and you click that add to cart, and you know where that is. That's always going to be at the top of the page, right? So once you click that, you go check out, put your card details, and boom, you've successfully ordered. And that's what you should do. You don't have to put any more fluffs or extra steps for the customers. Make it seamless for them so that it's easier for them to go from reading your product description up to giving their credit card details to you and having a successful purchase. Now, the post-purchase experience is completely different. This is where branding comes in. You have to engage with that customer and make sure that you build a relationship with them, because that's going to enable them to go back to your brand and buy from you again. And that's what you call loyalty in the customer journey phase. This is all important into implementing a successful e-commerce store. So make sure you understand the customer journey to increase the chance of building a successful e-commerce store. Now let's move on to the next point, differentiating. Now I love this part because this is one of my biggest mistakes in my e-commerce journey. I didn't differentiate my product too much. So actually when you're dropshipping, you're just selling someone else's products. There's no differentiator there at all. So nowadays what you have to do is make sure that you private label. So you have to create a logo, make sure to slap that in the packaging, and make sure that your logo is also on the product. It's just going to enhance the customer experience as well as differentiating yourself from other brands. Now you can simply do this by bulk buying and asking the supplier to make sure that you have your logo on there. Even if you have the same exact product as a dropshipper, it's still gonna feel different because you have your logo in that. Now let's expand on this as well. Product improvements. So what I mean by that is you have to continuously improve your product by just adding a couple of things in there. Maybe you can even add like an inserts or notes saying that, hey, thank you so much for purchasing. We'd love to have you back and follow us on our social media. That's improving your product already. Or you might want to consider product bundling, which is really important nowadays. It's going to improve your profitability as well. Product bundling works really well. For example, in the sub niche that we talked about in the past, the custom dog harness, you can bundle that with a custom collar. If you bundle that together, you can sell it as a package, and boom, you're gonna get a lot more profit and a lot higher revenue just because you were able to join those two products together. And again, this is taking it to the next step where you differentiate yourself from other brands. This is gonna give you a huge competitive advantage. Now let's move on to the final step, knowing the marketing fundamentals. In the e-commerce space, we know everything is online. So that means you had to know how to market to online users. Where do you usually see them? In social media such as Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Snapchat, all of those stuff. But then you also have to know how to do paid advertising. This is in fact any business that I would start right now. I would start with paid advertising, whether if it's Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. Once you understand where your customers are, it's going to be easier for you to cater to them with your online paid advertising. Now, when you're spending ads, you have to understand your goal. Are you going for brand awareness or sales? 80% of the time I would go for sales just because it's easier for you to get your return on investment. Once you start seeing some traction, you can invest on brand awareness to grow your social media and get organic traffic as well. Now with paid advertising, we all know there's a lot of social media platforms out there. You have to be omni-channel. What that means is you have to have your brand everywhere. You have to set it up on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and all of that stuff again. And you have to also understand how they react to your contents that you post for each platform. Once you understand that, you slowly build that brand awareness as well organically, and you don't even have to pay for it sometimes. There will be a point where you don't even have to do paid advertising and you still get sales. Now, the last thing in the marketing fundamental, which is working really well right now, especially if you are doing paid advertising, is understanding UGCs or user generated content. Now, this simply means that the advertising that you see from TV back then most likely won't work right now, because again, most consumers nowadays, you see them in social media, you don't see them in TV. So what's working best right now are user generated content. These are creatives that influencers shoot for you, or you can even shoot it yourself. It's just more native to the platform, and this is how you hook those customers to get to your website. And that's it. If you've tried e-commerce before or you're starting an online business, I hope these 5 things will help you to be successful in 2022. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe if you haven't done so. Comment below action taker plus your favorite thing in this video if you want to win a one-on-one consulting call with me. I'll see you guys soon.